What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this story comes from The Verge. And we've actually got kind of two stories that combine into one. And they both relate to Apple. And the first is that Google turns to regulators to make Apple open up iMessage. So anyone that uses iMessage knows how useful it is. And Google, joined by major European telecom firms, has appealed to the European Commission for regulatory scrutiny on iMessage under the EU's Digital Markets Act. And they assert that categorizing iMessage as a core service could compel Apple to enhance interoperability, stressing iMessage's role as a pivotal channel for business interactions. The latter highlights its importance. Ongoing investigations by the European Commission aim to determine if iMessage meets the criteria for DMA regulation, with a decision anticipated by February. Now, obviously, iMessage is used primarily on iOS devices, and that is what they're contesting by saying it should be opened up. It shouldn't just be limited to iOS devices themselves. The service should be able to be used on multiple devices. It should be opened up to carriers, right? So people can develop apps or solutions that utilize this technology. And Apple's tried to argue that not many people in Europe, this was their argument, not many people in Europe use iMessage. It's not that popular. Let that one sink in for a second. They says that not many people in Europe use it. It's not that popular. I've never heard such an absurd statement in my life. Everyone I know that uses it, like everyone, it's on by default. Most people just, it's like, it saves so much. And like, it's the convenience thing of it because you can send high quality images and stuff through it, right? At high quality that you can send over like a simple text. So being able to use iMessage for rich text and high quality images and sending stuff is highly important and valuable, especially for businesses and consumers and just people in general. And I don't see why it is limited. I've always wished that iMessage could be used on other platforms, so you could just have that flexibility and ease of use. And it just doesn't make sense why it isn't. So many other apps and technologies make open their source, right? So other people can develop apps and create off of what they've created, and also integrate their technology into their client so more people connect it better and more efficiently. And that's what a lot of business tools actually do, is they will actually integrate a lot of messaging services together, so companies and stuff have very easy ways of communicating, not just with themselves, but with other businesses and other clients and other consumers, right? But there's more to this, and that is that Apple is kind of in trouble in Europe. Obviously, because we're talking about Europe and we're talking about the EU. And there is an argument that is being made that Apple should pay 30 billion in Irish tax, which is being argued by an EU lawyer. And a legal advisor to the European Court of Justice has recommended a review on the ruling that allowed Apple to avoid paying 13 billion in back taxes. The European Commission had previously determined that Ireland provided illegal tax breaks to Apple. Advocate General Giovanni Pritztazella argues that the ruling in favour of Apple failed to address certain methodological errors. While the opinion is non-binding, the court generally aligns with such recommendations. Apple maintains it received no selective advantage and no state aid, emphasising that the initial ruling should be upheld. The case highlights ongoing scrutiny of multinational companies' tax practices. And this is basically because Apple does a lot of their business outside for using Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, as their home base. And because of that, the Republic of Ireland has very, very low corporate tax, which means that Apple pays significantly less corporate tax. And it's like this tax haven stuff, right? Where companies intentionally base themselves out of countries with low corporation tax, because low corporation tax means bigger profits and bonuses and salaries for the bigwigs and the shareholders, right? The less tax you have to pay, the more they win. And that's kind of what this is about. And Ireland's stance on this is that this is all fair and above board, and it's the same with Apple's stance. It's all fair and above board. And Ireland's position is that they have such low corporate tax, and they are trying to encourage businesses to invest in Ireland and to make Ireland their home base, and they want more businesses to come to Ireland. So that is why they have such low taxes, and that's a good thing for their economy because it gets these companies to invest locally in there, right? But then also you do have the unfortunate side effect that when companies choose to do this and invest in these areas and use them as the home base of operations, then that means other places lose out as well. Now, I think personally, this has always been my opinion upon corporate tax, is that there should be none of this home base rules nonsense. It shouldn't be where you run your business from. It should be where do your products ultimately end, right? So if you are selling products in other countries to other countries, right? So for example, if an iPhone is sold in Germany, then the corporate tax for that phone should be paid in Germany. And that's always my position on this, is that if a company sells something in a nation, then they should have to pay the corporate tax fee for that product that they sold. So say you sold 100 iPhones, and that's 100 grand, right? If Germany's taxes were 25% corporate tax, then you should have to pay Germany £25,000 because you sold those phones in their nation, and that means, you use their roads, you get their devices there, you use the infrastructure, right? Like, you sold it to the German people. That's money that came out of German citizens' pockets, right? And there should be some payback into the society where you sold the things. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about these two down below. It's just weird and messed up and, sort of stupid. There is a lot more heat on Apple lately, especially from the EU. They do seem to be cracking down on a lot of what Apple's doing. They forced Apple, to switch to USB-C, which is nice. I quite like that. From the Lightning ports to USB-C. I thoroughly approve. But yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.